Good morning po sir. So today I will present to you my second recorded video recitation which about work, power, and energy. So let's have problem number 1. Letter A. Determine the work a hiker must do on a 15.0 kg backpack to carry it up a hill of height 10 meter. For letter B. The work done by gravity on the backpack. For letter C. The net work done on the backpack. For simplicity, assume the motion is smooth and at constant velocity. So, for letter A, ang hinahanap po is work by a hiker. So, para makuha si work by a hiker, kukunin muna natin si force by a hiker. So, para makuha tong force by a hiker, gagamit tayo ng Newton's law of motion, which is the summation of F sub y is equals to m times a sub y. And this formula is equivalent to the force by a hiker is equals to mass times gravity. And then substitute lang natin yung given value, which is 15.0 kg times 9.81 meter per second squared, which results to 147.15 Newton, and that's for the force by a hiker. Since mayroon na tayong force by a hiker, pwede na nating makuha yung work by a hiker. And the formula for work by a hiker is equals to force by a hiker times d cos theta, where d cos theta is equals to the height. So, ang height natin is 10 meter. And then, substitute lang natin siya sa given formula, 147.15 Newton times 10 meter, which results to 1,471.5 joules. And that is our final answer for the work by a hiker for letter A. For letter B naman, the work done by gravity on the backpack. So, ang gagamitin nating angle dito is 180 degrees minus theta, which equals to siya sa negative cos theta. So, ang magiging formula natin for the work done by gravity is equals to mass times gravity times negative d cos theta, where negative d cos theta is equals to negative height. And then, substitute lang natin yung given sa given formula is, which equals siya sa 15.0 kg times 9.81 meter per second squared times negative 10 meter, which results to negative 1,471.5 joules. And that is our final answer for letter B, the work done by gravity on the backpack. For letter C naman, the net work done on the backpack. So, ang magiging formula natin for the net work done is equal siya sa work by gravity plus work by a hiker, which equals siya sa negative 1,471.5 joules plus 1,471.5 joules, which equals siya sa 0. And this is our final answer for the net work done on the backpack for letter C. So, let's proceed po for problem number 2. At an accident scene on a level road, investigator measured a car's skid mark to be 78 meter long. It was a rainy day and the coefficient of the friction was estimated to be 0.30. Use this data to determine the speed of the car when the driver slammed on and locked the brakes. So, for problem number 2 po is, ang hinanap po is the speed of the car. So, ang gagamitin nating formula is the work is equals to change in kinetic energy, which equals to siya sa force by friction times d cos 180 degrees is equals to 1/2 times mass times final velocity squared minus 1/2 times mass times initial velocity squared, which equals to siya sa negative mu sub k times mass times gravity times d is equals to 0 minus 1/2 times mass times initial velocity squared. And then manipulate lang natin yung formula, and then we come up to initial velocity is equals to the square root of 2 mu sub k times gravity times d. And then substitute lang natin yung mga given value sa formula, which is the square root of 2 times 0.30 times 9.81 meter per second squared times 78 meter, which give us the value of 21 meter per second of initial velocity. And this is our final answer for problem number 2.